Fear is an intricate tapestry woven into the fabric of our existence, a primal instinct that has evolved alongside humanity since the dawn of time. But what is it about fear that draws us in, like moths to a flame? Why do we willingly immerse ourselves in the chilling embrace of horror stories, films, and experiences? Welcome to The Psychology of Fear: Why We Love Horror, where we unravel the dark and mysterious threads that bind us to our fascination with the macabre. At its core, fear is an evolutionary mechanism, a survival tool designed to keep us alive in a world fraught with danger. Our ancestors learned to identify threats, be it a lurking predator or an ominous rustle in the bushes, because those who didn't heed the warnings often paid the ultimate price. This instinctual response has been hardwired into our brains, triggering a cascade of physiological reactions: increased heart rate, heightened senses, and a rush of adrenaline. But in the modern world, where physical threats are less prevalent, we've found a different outlet for our fear: the realm of fiction. When we engage with horror, whether through a spine-chilling film, a hair-raising book, or a ghostly tale around a campfire, we are not merely spectators. We are participants in a complex psychological dance. The thrill of fear brings with it a rush of adrenaline, an exhilarating cocktail of emotions that can be both terrifying and intoxicating. It's a safe way to confront our deepest anxieties and fears, all while nestled comfortably on our couches or wrapped in blankets. We can explore the darkest corners of our minds without the risk of actual harm. But why do we derive pleasure from this emotional roller coaster? The answer lies in the concept of catharsis. By experiencing fear vicariously, we can purge our own anxieties, releasing pent-up emotions in a controlled environment. Horror provides a safe space for us to confront the very things that terrify us: death, isolation, the unknown, without facing any real consequences. We can scream, we can jump, and we can feel our hearts race, all while knowing we are ultimately safe. This paradox of fear is what makes horror so compelling. It allows us to dance with danger without ever truly stepping into its grasp. Moreover, horror stories often serve as mirrors reflecting our societal fears. They tap into the collective consciousness, revealing the anxieties that lurk beneath the surface of our everyday lives. Think about it. The monsters we create, the ghosts we conjure, often symbolize the very real fears we grapple with: loss of control, societal collapse, and the inevitability of death. In this way, horror becomes a form of social commentary, a way for us to process and understand the world around us. The monsters in our stories are not just figments of our imagination. They are representations of the fears we face in our waking lives. As we delve deeper into the psychology of fear, we must also consider the role of suspense and anticipation. The heart-pounding moments leading up to a scare are often more powerful than the scare itself. This buildup creates a tension that keeps us on the edge of our seats, our hearts racing in anticipation of what's to come. It's a delicate balance, a psychological dance between dread and relief. When the climax finally arrives, we experience a rush of adrenaline, a release of tension that feels euphoric. This cycle of tension and release is what keeps us coming back for more, a thrilling addiction to the unknown. Interestingly, our fascination with horror isn't just limited to the stories we consume. It also extends to the way we engage with fear in our everyday lives. Escape rooms, haunted houses, and horror-themed attractions have become increasingly popular, providing us with opportunities to confront our fears in a controlled environment. These experiences allow us to test our limits, to see how much fear we can handle before we reach our breaking point. In facing these fears, we often find a sense of empowerment, a realization that we can confront the darkness and emerge unscathed. But there's a darker side to our love for horror, a part of us that craves the grotesque and the macabre. This fascination with death, violence, and the unknown can sometimes border on obsession. It prompts us to question our own morality and the nature of humanity. Why do we find ourselves drawn to stories of serial killers, haunted houses, and supernatural beings? Perhaps it's a way to confront our own mortality, to grapple with the idea that life is fleeting and unpredictable. In exploring the darkest aspects of human nature, we can better understand ourselves and the world around us. As we navigate this complex landscape of fear, it's essential to recognize the role of individual differences. Not everyone experiences fear in the same way. Some people thrive on the thrill of horror, while others may find it overwhelming. Our personal histories, cultural backgrounds, and psychological makeup all influence our relationship with fear. For some, horror is a source of empowerment and exhilaration. For others, it may trigger anxiety and distress. Understanding these nuances can deepen our appreciation for the genre and the myriad ways it resonates with different audiences. In conclusion, the psychology of fear is a rich and multifaceted subject that speaks to the core of our humanity. Our love for horror is not simply a fascination with the grotesque. It's a complex interplay of survival instincts, emotional catharsis, societal reflection, and personal exploration. As we continue to delve into the shadows of our minds, we uncover the profound truths that lie within. So the next time you find yourself drawn to a chilling tale or a spine-tingling film, remember, you are participating in a timeless ritual, a dance with fear that connects you to the very essence of what it means to be human. Embrace it, for within the darkness lies a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Welcome to the realm of horror, where fear is not just an emotion, it is an invitation to explore the depths of our existence.